We got 4 minutes yet, and then we'll be ready to go.
4 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just stay on the line.
Yep. You're on speakerphone, so we'll be able to hear you. Everybody will be able to hear you.
Bad word.
Okay.
Just swear.
Does he want you to dump some soup? We gave him some soup, didn't we?
No, you eat that, you need it.
Oh, that hurts your ears.
I'm getting one back there. They have a whole horse.
Maury's going to voicemail, he's not on yet, so I'm like, call him, he's going right to voicemail. He doesn't get on, I told him. I talked to him twice just a little bit ago.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I was over there.
He'll be all right, he'll be all right, as long as nobody else.
He's somewhat young.
Hey? Are you able to get on? All right, we'll wait for a second. First move to let him in, right? He's gonna come right in. You don't have to-
So we should have a program meeting before you left.
It's too early.
Want me to just put you on speaker and then, if you get on that way, we'll have you there. If not, okay, hang on 1 second.
If he gets on though, you have to remember to mute something.
All right, yeah, just, you're good there, we can hear you. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing, just to have a moment of silence. Okay, thank you. Okay, roll call.
Dave Eggleton,
Here.
Chris Mogus, Julia Pando, Dave Louder, Marty Selker, Gary Sproul,
Here.
Nathaniel Parker, Bob Smith,
Here.
and Tom Walter.
Here.
Okay. Item 4, consideration to adopt the agenda with amendments, additions, corrections, and deletions.
Just this one.
Yeah, item personnel, item D, Molly Kirby, is the 25-26 school year.
I have her classified under the 26, 27, the cross-country coach.
Item D on number 11. Okay. Any public comment? Okay. Presentations, committee reports, student representative.
I have a report from the student council. The annual American Red Cross Blood Drive was held on Thursday, February 12th in the high school gym. There were over 30 donors this year, one of their highest to date. We were able to collect 31 usable products. It was one of the most successful drives. The annual Winter Snowball will be held in the high school cafeteria on Saturday, February 21st for 7th through 12th graders. This year's theme is Paradise in Rio. Over 100 tickets have been sold so far. Proceeds go to the Autism Society of Pittsburgh in honor of Autism Awareness Month in April. The 10 new 6th and 7th grade representatives are acclimating to the group. We are now 58 strong. This is a fantastic group of students and they work very well together. The atmosphere is very positive and supportive during our weekly meetings. We are planning to sell keychain lanyards for a fundraiser for Down Syndrome Awareness Month in March. That will be finalized soon. Yep, thank you, Ms. Simpson and her group, for providing that.
Okay, Riverview Intermediate Unit 6.
Unfortunately, I was away for this meeting, so I'm just gonna I can't give any more details than what is in this, summary. Following action items were approved by the board, the financial statement for November and December, and payment of bills, through December 22nd. Also, the general operating budget, which has been sent to, the district, I believe, and they'll need a vote, sometime later, I think by April. And of course, 3 policies: weapons, purchase subject to bid and, was done and purchase budgeted. And then they also had 3 resignations, and that's all I have.
Okay, Career Center.
All right, so we made a decision on the director position last week. We offered it to Mr. Sintoten. We haven't officially hired him yet. We're anticipating doing that in the next meeting. We also had 2 teacher resignations. The allied health instructor and the automotive technology instructor. And we approved, putting those in job listings out. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
Yep.
Okay, legislative representative.
Yes, one thing the governor signed in the law, cursive writing is now required back in all public schools next year, which is a good thing for fine motor skills, also for brain development of younger children. Also, the state budget came out and the governor wants a $925 million increase in school funding, $50 million in basic ed, 520-some million in special ed. I mean, it just keeps on and on. 14 million for career centers and so forth. Also, the governor is pushing, it's in the Senate, to pass the House, that cell phones will be banned from schools all day. There'll be no allowance phones in schools. The last thing I have is that the state is also, it's through a House bill that's wanting schools to delay their starting time for secondary ed students, and they will even provide funding for that with the change of scheduling through the school and safety mental health grants. And the last thing, that they also want training for coaches and school volunteers with athletics for mental health, because they're finding a lot of the athletes are having some mental health issues, and so they would like that the coaches and volunteers would have to go through training for mental health. So I don't know what you think of that, or.
I don't think it's a bad thing, but I know we do require a lot of training already, especially for volunteers. They have to do 3 different trainings just to volunteer their time and come, so I'm mixed on it. I don't think it's a terrible thing, but it definitely, I'd rather see it be just a paid coach.
So that's all I have.
Well, I think they're going to struggle with having schools start later, especially since a lot of schools are 1-tier busing and they want to do that for secondary. That would require you to go back to 2-tier busing and, issues like that, so.
But we'll see what happens in the House. It's hard to tell if those people.
Okay, curriculum and instruction.
Curriculum, Mr. Lauder, if you don't mind, on the agenda here in a little bit, we're going to vote on PCOs, our high school PCOs. If that is approved by you guys this evening, we will have updated the elementary as well as the high school, curriculum. Plan course outlines is what that is. That'll be coming up under, is that new business today?
Have we ever done that before as a board?
Oh, I'm sure it's been done as a board, but it has been a little while since we have updated them. But it's a requirement to do.
Okay, COAEA representative.
All right, well, thank you guys for welcoming our contribution here. This one was from Mrs. Megan Matthews, primary learning support teacher in her classroom. We've had a visitor a few times the last few months. Mr. Dan and Chloe, his therapy dog, have come to visit the students in her classroom. We really enjoy when Mr. Dan and Chloe visit us, and with Mr. Dan always has a lesson for the kids. We look forward to Mr. Dan and Chloe visiting us again in the future and providing the students with a way to take a break from their academics, relax with his therapy dog. Our elementary boys' 5th and 6th grade basketball teams are currently undefeated in the Oil City Tri-County League, played on Wednesday nights. With 1 week to go until playoffs, the future is looking bright for those young Lions. We have a few more tournaments to go at, Brookville, Oil City, St. Patrick's, and Franklin. We've had many victories along our way, playing schools like Brockway, Clarion, Pugsy, Keystone, Karn City, Oil City, Franklin, Rocky Grove, Oil City, Brookville, DuBois Central Catholic, and Elk County Catholic. Our season ends March 1st. This year, with the first year of the 3rd and 4th grade team, they are gaining lots of experience and fundamentals and are competitive in all the games that they have played. Paul Craig, an 11th grade athlete, scored his 1,000th career point in basketball at Cranberry on February 5th. He became the 5th junior in school history to score 1,000 career points. Many elementary classrooms participated in the 100th day celebrations in a variety of ways. I believe we're already 2 weeks past the 100th day. Lily Kinney, a 6th grader, and Maya Carady, an 8th grader, were both recognized with an honorable mention for their outstanding writing in the Western Pennsylvania Council of Teachers of English Flash Fiction Contest. Zahara Anderson, a 6th grader, Ashlyn Painter, a 7th grader, and Thomas Corson, an 8th grader, were all recognized for their outstanding writing in recent Young Writers Contest. Lastly, the academic decathlon traveled to Montauk High School for the regional competition, February 13th and 14th. The decathlon team is led by myself and Caitlin Stouffer. This was a 2-day competition the students competed in. The team came out 2nd overall in the small schools in the region. The team returned with over 30 medals of gold, silver, and bronze. Students will now travel to Hershey, Pennsylvania with Montauk North Clarion for the state competition, which is March 12th and 14th, to represent Western Pennsylvania. Currently, from the scores provided from the regional competition in the whole state, Clarion-Limestone is 2nd in small schools going into the competition.
Awesome.
Thank you for your report.
Thank you. Okay, building representative.
I thought I'd mention here that we're looking at, and it's on the agenda to approve 25% match for the project that we're looking at for roofs for the high school and the elementary school that are out of their warranty. So later in the agenda, you'll see that. I worked with the board on the importance of the roofs. We have this opportunity for the facilities improvement grant, and it's, you're getting 75% off. We have to, I believe, take that opportunity. So that's why that's going to come up later in the agenda. We would be up to date with roofs on both buildings, shoring that part up, and then, continue to work on whatever else it would be. So.
Cafeteria representative.
Hello, for Mr. Smith that had not met me. My name's Jen Mock, and those on the phone there, I'm the Director of Food and Nutrition here. So I'm going to go back to December because I was not here in January. So the Grinch visited with special treats that, of course, the kids loved. The Grinch showing up, and in January we had a stir-fry action station where we cut up fresh zucchini, yellow squash, red onion, broccoli, mashed carrots, peppers, and we had woks out here, and we stir-fried it right in front of the kids with garlic and sesame oil. And then at the elementary school we had a SpongeBob event, so SpongeBob is still very popular apparently, and there's a new movie out, so we did a SpongeBob event, and we had special dessert treats and giveaways over at the elementary school. And this month in February, we did do the Super Bowl party on whatever date that was, right before the Super Bowl, the 6th, I believe, where we had a bunch of giveaways in each lunch group. We did a raffle ticket. Every time they got a lunch, they got a raffle ticket, and when they, each a la carte item, and we had special a la carte items like bacon cheddar fries, an iced donut with we put whipped cream on top. We did a 7-layer dip, chili cheese dogs, nachos and cheese, basically stadium inspired foods. And Then I called out numbers, and of course, they got all excited reading for that number to be called. So I had, I think, 6 different prizes for each lunch food. We also did the Mardi Gras pancake action station like we did last year. Sorry, I didn't get the email out in time for help. So I had to flip pancakes. Sarah and I did that. And then the featured fave, which is one of the item that you're eating now, since today is Ash Wednesday, we went with a meatless option with broccoli cheese soup with a warmed flatbread, and we are also doing a Mississippi pot roast next week. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that recipe. And then at the elementary school, we are doing an Ohana beach party because, you know, we're going into spring, we're looking forward to that nice weather, so we're gonna decorate the cafeteria like a beach. And Stitch will be showing up to visit the kiddos. And then we look forward to March with National School Breakfast Week with a theme is Quest for School Breakfast, and then we're also doing Taste the Rainbow, where we'll talk about the different colors of the rainbow and how eating the rainbow is what it does for your body and how healthy it is. So each day will have a specific color, and we'll have different prizes and giveaways then too. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Item 8, administrative reports, business manager's report.
I don't have a whole lot to talk about other than a single audit report. I'm still working with Missy and our Title I coordinator. We're getting all the documents, everything compiled for Title I, 2, and 4, and also the IDEA. This will be completed no later than next month, and then I'll have the board report for the board probably the April meeting. Last year was in April as well. So that's all I have. And then I've also been working with budget.
We're following the same process for the budget we followed for the last 4 years here together. We will share out the timeline that shows where we're at so that everybody can see it. You can ask any questions you want about that. But we're on track with where we've been the last, several years. I'll try to get that out to you in the weekly update this week. It'll show bottom to top. I forget how we put that on there.
It's from.
It's reversed.
Yeah, it's reversed what I'm used to seeing, but you'll see. It's bottom to top, I believe, that, we're working through. So.
And everybody's been on time.
Yep.
And looking at the report, it looks like we're about where we were last year
Yeah.
at this time, which is a good thing.
Mhm.
So,
We'll go first.
Yeah, I'll go first, yeah. As Angela said, working on the budget, the teachers have turned everything into me now, and I've been working with Jamie Schrader, our purchasing secretary clerk, working really hard on that, so we're almost through the high school portion. Hoping to have everything ready to turn in by the end of next week, the business manager and business office, so they can hand it back and tell me probably what I need to fix on it and go from there. We recently put a middle school survey out. I don't know if you saw it. It was out on our Facebook page. Really happy with a lot of the feedback we're getting. I'd say 75% of the comments have been very positive. Now, of course, we have our 25% that have been negative, and we're looking at those. We look at the critiques and the concerns, and we're using that as an opportunity for improvement where we can. So we're going to put together we're going to refine the report, that way we can give it to the board so they can take a look at some of the responses and the questions, concerns they've had, and that way you guys can see it as well. 2 weeks ago, I met for our very first time with a newly formed, what I call the Student Leadership Council, comprised of representatives of Student Council, National Honor Society, Tri-M, and the junior and senior class officers. I thought that's a great way to work on the school culture and climate, to hear from the students, to hear what they think's going well, what they think can be better. They're a little reserved. Mr. Weibel sat in for the first one with me. They were a little reserved at first, but once we got talking, they opened up. I think it's going to be a really positive thing and a way for us to hear the students' voices, and then to have a voice in some of the conversations we're having about change and decisions we're making. So, at the elementary level, we started PBIS training. PBIS training stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. It's basically a form of behavior remediation. We're always working on finding ways to better the behavior of the students in the school. The PBIS program can go hand in hand with our MTSS program as well that we implemented, started last year and are really in full swing this year. So we look at implementing that next year, but we're starting the trainings now, so we're ready to go next year. We're going to be training with team, a core team, and then we're gonna be training with the whole staff to start the school year on PBIS. So that's exciting for us. An initiative that really, I think, is gonna be a huge culture change for us. Extracurriculars, our academic decathlon team, again, is crushing it. Second last year, I know Jesse already said it, second at regionals last year. They're heading to the state competition in March, so congratulations to those students and the coaches, Jesse and Caitlin. They do a great job. Congratulations to Paul Craig, scored his 1,000th point at Cranberry, February 5th. A huge milestone as a junior. Our girls basketball team finished the KSAC runner-up this past weekend. They lost a heartbreaker at the very end of the game, back and forth. Actually, they controlled the whole game the whole way through. But we're excited. They're going to host a home playoff game this Friday at 7 o'clock here at our gym. So if you're available, I encourage anyone to come and support them. And finally, Emma Zacco, a student here. She is nominated, I don't want to get it wrong here, for the Bob Ross America's Most Artistic Kid Competition. That's on our Facebook page, so I encourage anyone to get on our Facebook page, go and vote for Emma. She's fantastic. She's earned the Congressional Art Award twice now. Her work's actually in Washington D.C. in the hallway, going from the Congress offices to the Capitol building. So we were able to see that last year. So
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I talked with her mom a couple of years ago. Actually, Bob and I just saw some of her painting. Her mom shared with us the other day, but I talked with her mom a couple of years ago, and I commissioned her to draw me a trout, to paint a trout. So she did a watercolor of a trout for me, and it's just amazing. I have it hanging in my house. You know, I think someday it's going to be one of her first pieces. You know,
Emma Zacco original.
Yeah. So Davey had mentioned a couple of really good things there, talking about culture. And one of the things that we have been doing culture-wise, we started we're calling it our Lion Legacy. And so we've recognized a couple of teachers. We wanted to take that a step further. And for the first time, last week I think we did it, we filmed a podcast. It's about 16 or 20 minutes long, something like that. Mr. Gorley came in. He sat with me, Mr. Quinn, Abby Macbeth, and we went over some of the things that made this time here special. It will be ready to be, did you see it yet? It came out.
I saw the link today. I haven't watched it.
So we'll watch it first to make sure the camera angles are good.
I had trouble getting Mr. Waddle's good.
Yeah. But we're proud of that. Mr. Gorley's a wonderful teacher, wonderful person, and we're pleased that he's the first one. And you know, we think that podcast will do well when we put it out. So he was very excited to come in and do that. So that'll be coming out very soon. Also on Monday, we had a county-wide in-service, all 7 schools in the county. The superintendents worked over the last 8 months, 6 months with the university, and we had all of our teachers in Clarion University for a days-long professional development program where they all got together. You know, there's some great things that come out of that. A university gives us the speakers for a lot of the sessions, but a lot of what comes out of that is really the time working with people that do similar jobs as you. We had great feedback from it. We believe people enjoyed it and learned while they're there, and it's something that we want to continue doing. That is one of the reasons why I'm very careful crafting the school calendar to make sure some of those days line up. And that's usually we do that on President's Day is the day we choose. So I'm going to throw that a little plug to Gary for support of the calendars. Is it?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So that'll be coming up. I forget. I want to say, do we have that on March or April? Okay, March is. So we've had the calendar out. We let all the teachers see that as well for feedback, all the staff members, and we have had some feedback. We'll look at that as an administrative team before we make any final decision. So, but that's it.
All right, on the busing, what's going on with the bus contract negotiations?
I haven't heard anything back from any of the contractors. They were supposed to get in touch with me. Nobody has as of yet.
We'll follow up again, with that this week and see, where we're at and what we can't get together. So,
for right now, it's a wait and see approach.
Yeah, right now we're just waiting for a little time and we'll see what's going on there. I do want to share some things with you guys that I got from another school. I mentioned that to you. to get a baseline of where schools are at right now. I just got it I want to say Thursday or Friday, so.
I want to add something to his, the girls' basketball. I really recommend people going to see them. I went to a semi-final game. Those girls controlled the boards. They were like, I called Jared and thanked him for the development, to see the development of these girls playing. They just controlled the boards at that semi-final game, and it was very impressive.
It's a really good group of girls, and a
Yeah.
young group, they're all juniors and younger, so.
Yeah.
Bright
so-
future.
Yeah.
Number 9, approval of the minutes. A, consideration to adopt January 21st, 26 regular meeting minutes as presented.
Second.
No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 10. I'm going to link A, B, C, and D all together. Financial reports. A, review and approve the January 26 treasurer's report as presented. B, review and approve of the January 26 contingency fund report as presented. And C, review and approve of the January 26 food service operating statement as presented. And D, review and approve of the January general fund, capital projects fund, cafeteria fund, activity fund, and scholarship fund bill schedules as presented.
So moved.
Have a minute? Okay. Okay, there goes.
We got you.
Second?
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 11, personnel. Consideration to approve the hiring of Heather Truax as full-time, 203-day office clerk, paraprofessional, effective February 9th, 2026, in accordance with the terms of the support professional contract. She's currently employed at part-time captivity.
So,
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. B, consideration to approve employee 949 for FMLA leave beginning February 19th, 2026 through approximately April 8th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. C, consideration to hire following substitutes for the 2025-26 school year pending receipt of all required legal documentation. And Jerry Reed, office clerk.
so,
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? D, consideration to approve the following supplemental contracts for the 25-26 school year pending receipt of all required legal documents, and they're there, Christian Knowles and Molly Kirby.
Except Molly's for the 25-26.
Yeah, Molly's 25-26.
So move.
second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right, E, consideration to approve the following volunteers for 25-26 school year pending receipt of all required legal documents, and the names are all there.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. New business, number 12. Consideration to approve the high school plan course outlines as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Item B, consideration to the top 5 awards will be determined solely by cumulative GPA percentage average, will no longer be used to break ties.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? You want to
Say anything, Brian?
Yeah, so what this really does is, it will potentially expand the opportunity for students in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade to have maybe more than 5 recognized. They would all have 4.0s. So when you get to 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, those grades have weighted courses. The likelihood of a tie there is mathematically, very, very slim. I guess you could have a tie, but I mean, it's not likely at all. So it would really give an expansion to some of the younger kids to be able to be recognized for the 4.0. I think that's an effective thing, certainly for young kids to be able to, get that accolade. I don't see a downside to that in that regard.
Before we vote on it, I'd just like to give a shout out to my brother Ronnie. He loved this school, and he passed away last February. But in his estate, he's donated $50,000 to the school for scholarships for kids. And the criteria is set up. It don't have to be a kid that goes to college. It can be a technical school. It can be other things.
Yep.
Trade school too. So even though he's not here, I just like to thank him. And I know we've had other ones that love this school and they've donated too. And I appreciate that.
And that will actually go through the foundation, which
Right.
will hopefully be there through investments for a very long time.
Yep.
And our school guidance counselor, if he has not been informed about the parameters yet, he will be, so that kids can, I think he has been, but if he hasn't, so kids can apply for it.
Right, right.
I think they were finalizing the parameters at the last.
Yeah, that's right, they were.
They're gonna go back to their committee.
Yep.
Okay, roll call or no? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Okay, item C, consideration to approve the following drivers for Rossi busing pending receipt of all legal required legal documents.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I'm gonna run D and E together. Consideration to approve homebound instruction for an elementary student requiring this support. And E, consideration to approve Jessica Craig as the provider of homebound instruction.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And I'm gonna abstain. Opposed? Okay. Item F, consideration to approve payment to Cement Electrical Solutions in the amount of $3,392 for a change order related to rewiring the high school elevator system to operate the new generator to be paid from the contingency fund.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Leave it? Okay. We have to have it anyway.
Have to have the generator operate the life-sustaining things. The elevator is one of them. It needed that, to be able to work.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, G, consideration to approve the district's commitment to fund 5% of the $1,060,000 public school facility improvement program grant totaling $265,000 for the proposed high school roof project contingent upon grant approval.
So moved.
Second.
Second, okay.
Brian, what's the extent of that, the high school roof? Is it all of the high school roof or just the library?
No, it's not just the library roof. It would be the library roof and the long run in the main building. I feel like there's is it 3 sections?
3 sections.
It'll be
It's
3
almost-
sections.
Almost half. Actually, it's over half.
Yeah.
What year did they last do that? Do you know?
I knew you would ask me that.
Is that some of the sections out in 2010 on that? Is that what we were?
Yes, I mean, there's some that have been out for almost 10 years.
He was-
Yeah. And we have.
They're all out
We
of
got
warranty.
the- we got it laid out.
28, those sections.
I might include it somewhere, but.
Yeah, it's not in the packet, but it came in the
Yeah.
email.
And we know, that, Nathaniel, we have leaks, like, you know, that are, need to be addressed.
I just wasn't sure how much.
Yeah.
For planning going forward, was it the whole thing, or is the rest of it good, or?
The rest of it is in warranty that we're not replacing, so, you know, if it does leak, we'll be able to get that under warranty. And I can say this, if we don't get the grant here, we will still have to replace the library roof likely this summer. It has been leaking for several years, collapsed a couple of times, the tile and the ceiling up there, so. And that would likely be about the amount that we paid for the elementary last year, which was, I wanna say, around $170,000. So if we don't, the money that we're saying we put towards that grant, we'll have to put money towards that roof. So, and it's covered in gravel, that section, so we have to take the gravel off and, you know, go back to code on the insulation, make sure the decking's okay.
What's the warranty on the new roof?
30-year.
30?
Same company we went with, well, I should say the same supplier. They will take care of all the bidding and all that stuff if we get the grant.
Okay, did we have the first and second?
No.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Letter H, consideration to approve the district's commitment to fund 25% of the $775,000 public school facility improvement program grant totaling $193,750 for the proposed elementary roof project contingent upon grant approval.
So moved. Huh?
Was that you, Dave?
He so moved with.
I said moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Okay, I, consideration to approve and repair of the boiler at the high school at an expected and quote cost of $8,200. Funding will be allocated from the capital reserve fund as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
I have a question about that. We had the presentation about the facilities and overall plan. We talked about the overall plan. Is this something that's like the roof leaking, we gotta do it now, or is it something
It's
new?
done already.
This is something we have to do now because the boiler, this is a bearing for one thing, the shaft.
The other one's running at 50%.
Yeah, and if we, you know, we can't afford to go down completely. So hopefully, you know, something with ABM or something like that in the future, we'll be able to help address it bigger, you know. But this is, get us up and running better.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. J, consideration to approve the renewal of school broadcast program addendum to the NFHS network contract of broadcasting student athlete events at no cost to the district as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Question on that as far as exclusivity, Brian, and is there any?
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, there is a caveat in there that local stations can broadcast our events
As well as us.
as well as us.
Really old students extending it 5 years.
Yeah, it's the same exact agreement extended
That
to
we've
5
been working
years.
on.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the last one. I just didn't wanna, I was trying to get it to the local people, you know, so the local people don't have to pay it here and stuff.
Yeah, I don't see a way around that. You have to pay to have that for subscription.
For that, yeah. Now, if a local, if Explore Clarion or YDL comes and covers it, that's free. But this is for if a game's not being covered, I mean, it's fairly, I've subscribed before. It's fairly cheap for the year, like, I wanna say $70.
It's not horrible, no.
If you're a grandparent that was out of state or can't make it to games, it's a great way to be able to watch your kid play.
I see a lot of schools are on Howard. Do they have to pay for that?
So there's a school-wide huddle package. It's very expensive. I think that's
Okay.
how you get to the huddle.
Yeah. Okay.
We've looked at that, Brad, and
Okay.
it's not really cost-effective for us.
Okay, so, right. Okay.
Now, does this block the local people from broadcasting or not?
No,
Not at all.
no.
That's what you're saying.
We can't put a competing business camera on the wall like this one is, you know,
Right.
like,
But we're not selling it.
that's right.
Okay, we have first, second. Okay, All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. K, we're gonna do K and L together. Consideration to approve facility use agreement of the following as presented, and no there. And then L, consideration to approve the second and final reading of the following policy as presented, 815, acceptable use of the internet, computers, and network resources.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, M, consideration to approve the first reading of the following policies as presented, and they're all there, and, yeah, and I'd like to recommend that we change from 3 to 7 days for,
The agenda.
yeah, agenda notification, but you guys have you've been doing a good job,
Yep,
but we just wanna put it in.
yep.
that's-
So Christie will add that.
Policy 006.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll add that before the second reading.
Just from 3 to 7 days.
Yep.
You want that separate?
I just think it's,
No, I
it's the
just
first
need
reading,
to-
yeah.
Just make the change.
For the second reading.
Okay. All right.
Now, I can tell you, we will put out, after the second reading of this, I'll put out the hundreds unless you want me to put that out now for you to start looking at.
It's ready now.
So I can send it out this week if you want to have the time to start looking at it. And then we can break it up. Yeah.
Just a couple at a time.
I'll do half of 100, because I think 100 is one of the, I think there was like 20.
This year's is the smallest.
All right, all right.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, old business. Okay, and I have executive session announcement, January 21st, 2026, 8:20 PM, we met for personnel matters.
What was that date?
January 21st.
Oh.
It was at 8:20. Yeah, I'm gonna have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
You good, Marty?
This was Monday, too.